The outbreak of a deadly virus in India has much of the world on high alert, with fears of another pandemic. Travellers are being stopped and screened for Nipah virus at all major Asian airports, including Bali. The global response to the outbreak eerily similar to scenes during COVID.
Another issue on the agenda is a panel dedicated to the so-called disease X, a hypothetical pathogen that may cause new pandemic many times more deadly than COVID. What do you expect to come out of those talks?
Today, the World Economic Forum actually has a whole session on this about disease X. And what people are really worried about, and by the way, none of these sessions have anything on it about improved biolab safety. What people are worried about is creation of all these pathogens in these labs and then having another security breach, and then we're off to getting the world sick again.
Welcome, dear friends, to TIBP Live. End time signs are happening right now. January 26, 2026 headlines. Airports launch COVID-style measures as horror bat virus with 75% mortality rate detected. Airports across Asia reintroduce COVID-style health checks after outbreak of the deadly Nipah virus, January 26, 2026.
Health officials in India have confirmed cases of the deadly Nipah virus. That's prompted authorities across Southeast Asia to boost security measures, including screenings at some airports. Now, the World Health Organization lists Nipah as a priority disease due to its potential for fast-moving outbreaks.
Well, we know what disease X is. The governments from Russia to China to the U.S. to France, the Japanese, they all know what diseases are here. You have new mutations of diseases, but there's no disease X. There's a new mutation of an already existing disease. So disease X is a holding place or a catch-all for gain of function bioweapons where they genetically splice viruses and also mutate viruses with radiation and other techniques to make them more communicable and more deadly.
Officials in the U.S. tonight are monitoring a deadly virus that is spreading overseas. Airports in the Southeast Asia are now heightening their airport screenings. Raf Sanchez is following this from London for us. And Raf, what more do we know?
So, Tom, airports across the region are stepping up their screening for what's known as the Nipah virus. This is a far more deadly virus than COVID.
This is a highly contagious virus between humans, and it's often deadly. The 2 cases of Nipah virus were detected in India in the state of West Bengal, but there are concerns the outbreak could spread. The virus has a fatality rate of 40 to 75%, according to the World Health Organization, deadlier than the COVID virus, and there's no vaccine for Nipah.
What is Triple E? What is the truth behind in weaponizing ticks, fleas, and the things of nature? Massachusetts town approves voluntary lockdown after dark as fears of incurable EEE grows. Residents in a Massachusetts town are being urged not to leave their homes after dark due to the spread of a deadly mosquito-borne virus. The Board of Health in Oxford, a city of 13,300 people, about 50 miles southwest of Boston, has set an outdoor curfew in hopes it will reduce the chances of people being bitten by mosquitoes, which carry EEE, Eastern Equine Encephalitis. Northeast towns issues voluntary lockdown to prevent spread of potentially deadly mosquito-borne disease, EEE. Starting on October 1, the recommendation is to remain indoors until the first hard frost. The period from dusk through dawn is considered peak mosquito hours. The notice stated the advisory designates the 4 communities as critical risk.
Oxford, Massachusetts, and 3 neighboring towns have a reason for concern as mosquitoes carrying a potentially deadly virus called Eastern Equine Encephalitis, or Triple E, infected a resident who is now fighting for his life.
Board recommended ending outdoor sports activities before dusk to avoid peak mosquito hours.
Of a dangerous virus spread by mosquitoes has 4 towns west of Boston, Massachusetts, urging residents to stay indoors after dark until at least October. Now, according to a local report, the town of Oxford says it doesn't have the funds to spray away the potentially deadly pests.
Bloomberg says Bill Gates said Altered mosquito is next weapon to fight malaria. This is June 16, 2016. Gene-driven technology may be ready in 5 years, he says. Bring on the genetically modified mosquitoes, Bill Gates says.
We're making in here 30 million mosquitoes a week. We've been able to bring the solution of Wolbachia mosquitoes to this city. Mass-produced mosquitoes getting ready to give us the eggs to go out directly into the field. It's crazy how they sound. The other approach is to take the adults themselves. Here we have 300, and they can be released off the back of a motorbike, or even packaged into a drone for aerial release.
In the quest for scientific advancement, humans continue to experiment with nature. Here's the latest one. In Florida, 12,000 genetically modified mosquitoes, the first such kind, will be released in open air for the next 12 weeks by autumn. This number is expected to reach 20 million. 20 million genetically engineered mosquitoes. What will they do? Scientists say these artificial insects will help prevent dengue and Zika. But the residents of Florida fear a mosquito apocalypse.
Messing with nature can prove to be fatal, yet in the quest for scientific advancement,
organism that causes Rocky Mountain spotted fever, and that's the most deadly tick-borne disease in the United States. It also was a germ that was being weaponized by the U.S. military at the time, and they tried to stuff it in ticks. So what is tick weaponization? So what he said was, I spent over a decade in the biological weapons program, a contractor to Fort Detrick, working on weaponizing fleas, ticks, and mosquitoes, trying to mass produce them, stuffing fleas with the plague, stuffing mosquitoes with deadly Trinidad virus, and then stuffing ticks with either deadly or incapacitating diseases like relapsing fever, Venezuelan equine encephalitis, rabies, leptospirosis,
while appearing to the children of men as a great physician who can heal all their maladies, he will bring disease and disaster until populous cities are reduced to ruin and desolation. Even now, he is at work. Through spiritualism, Satan appears as a benefactor of the race, healing the diseases of the people, and professing to present a new and more exalted system of religious faith, but at the same time, he works as a destroyer. The question for us believers is, should we live in fear? Pestilence is mentioned 47 times in the Bible. God uses pestilence sometimes as for judgment, for protection of His people, and to test the faith of His believers. Isaiah 33 verse 16 says, He will dwell on high. His place of defense will be the fortress of rocks. Bread will be given Him. His water will be sure. Amidst the crisis that we are experiencing right now, God promises to protect His people and to rescue the perishing. Revival and Beyond, page 48 and 49, Ellen White says, God's word declares that Satan will work miracles. He will make people sick and then will suddenly remove from them his satanic power. Will be regarded as healed. We are warned that in the last days, He will work with signs and lying wonders, and He will continue these wonders until the close of probation, that He may point to them as evidence that He is an angel of light and not of darkness. Grievous sore upon which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship His image. But the faithful ones that have been made Jesus the center of their lives, and surrendered to Him, and remain true to the commandments of God, are protected. Truly shocking facts about Bible prophecy. We must turn our eyes on Christ, friends, because true healing only comes from God. Not only that He heals our physical maladies, but He also heals our unbelief. Jesus removes our anxieties and depression and the worries of tomorrow. And this causes us to live an empowered life. We will be facing more and more pestilence in the future. But God is bigger than any outbreak. God is bigger than any cancer, heart disease, or any illness that you can think of. Do you accept Christ as the only source of confidence and healing in the final days? Kindly type in the comment section, "My eyes are on Christ." Thank you, dear friends. Kindly share this timely message to all. And may we all continue to seek truth in Bible prophecy.